Hi guys, it's Michael Fox here. I just thought I'd share my thoughts on how my race went at the Ironman Asia Pacific Champs in Cairns over the weekend. For those of you that follow would know that it was my fastest time-wise, but in my opinion also probably my most successful Ironman in terms of execution. And the quality field I was against, and the fact that some of the guys that had beaten me by quite a bit 5 weeks ago, I was a lot closer to them, so my execution was far better in terms of staying in the game or in the race. For me, there's a couple of things different about this to some other Ironmans. First of all, I'd spoken to Matt, and he'd suggested holding back a little bit in the swim so that I came in around the front end of the main pack, and which allowed me to then go with some of the moves in the bike, which I found I used too much energy probably early in the race in Port Macquarie, and it left me a little bit, let's say, lacking luster or lacking power when I really needed it. And then on the weekend also, being in a pack situation, whilst we are sitting legal at 12 metres, it's definitely got a psychological advantage. And as most people know, even sitting 12 metres back is, probably slightly getting a little bit of an advantage as opposed to riding 100% solo. And this is pretty evident. My power was very similar to, I'm in Port Macquarie. My power there at Port Macquarie this year was actually higher than last year, yet the time was a lot slower on the bike, and I'd spent this year a lot more time by myself. In saying that though, I've been very mindful of making a few small changes, making sure I keep my head down and aero, and something that I think I didn't do as well in Port Macquarie, making sure that I was not surging, keeping things nice and steady. And the other thing is Cairns, the roads are a little bit smoother, so it makes it a bit easier for someone who's not normally seen as having dominance on the bike. However, I think I rode pretty well on the weekend, so maybe even surprised myself and got a bit of confidence out of that. But the biggest thing for that was I had a great race and stayed in that main group where I needed to be, which kept me in the race. And from my point of view, I then was able to run my best run yet, a 2:51:40 something, which then brought me back a lot closer to some guys that have been a lot further up in races prior. Just one to name, for example, Dave Dello is a great athlete, won Ironman Australia 5 weeks, absolutely smoked me by about 16 minutes or something there, and to be able to get back within 9 seconds of him was great for me, and it was a sign that my execution was really good on the day to be able to still run a really good marathon by my standards. And then after such a hard bike, I think it really paid to have a bit of a changed race tactic and, save up some of those heartbeats for later in the race. And full credit to my coach Matt for, thinking about that. But it also isn't always that easy to execute on. Whilst I believe in it and thought it was a great idea, I've always, been able to go out and show a little bit of dominance in my swim leg, I suppose you'd say. And it takes a bit of confidence to be able to go, without my best leg, I can still perform in this race. So for me, best outcome possible, probably, would like to have been slightly higher, of course. It is professional racing. But overall, it's my fastest Ironman. It's a result I'm proud of. And I'm actually looking forward to getting into my next Ironman and figuring out where I'll go from here. And I'll have another post out shortly about some of the things that I did to try and make sure I could back up within 5 weeks, and probably where I'll be heading from here if I can figure that out now. With plenty of races coming up, I'll have to have a look at the calendar and see what fits in with my work schedule. Thanks guys, till next time.